Your child thinks you're made of money. Not because they are greedy, because they genuinely have no idea where money comes from, how much there is, or where it disappears to before you can spend a single coin. That gap is not their fault. It is a gap we can close together in about 20 minutes on the next payday. Researchers at Cambridge University found that by age 7, most children already understand that money is exchanged for goods, that it has value, and that it is connected to earning. 7 years old. That is younger than most parents think. Which means if your child is already school age, the window is wide open, and if they are a little older, it is still absolutely not too late. The same Cambridge research also tells us something important about how learning happens. Simply explaining money in the abstract does not work well. What works is giving children real experiences, moments where they can see, touch, and think through actual numbers. That is exactly what the Payday Walk is. So here is the idea. On payday, or whenever your income arrives, you sit down with your child and show them the real document. A pay slip, a bank notification, even a simple piece of paper you write yourself. The key word is real, not a made-up number. A real one from your real life. Before you start, pick the right version of this conversation for your child's age. If your child is 4, 5, or 6, keep it beautifully simple. Point to the total amount and count it out with coins or notes. That is the whole lesson at this age. Money is a real, countable thing that comes in a specific amount. Not endless. Specific. Research also tells us that children under 8 have not yet developed a clear understanding of the difference between luxuries and necessities. So do not push concepts they are not ready for. At this age, the goal is just to make money visible and real. That alone is powerful. For children aged 7 to 10, you can go one step further. Show them that the number at the top of the document, the amount earned, is not the number you actually receive. Money is subtracted before it ever arrives. Use simple labels. Money earned, money taken out, money left. Let your child do the subtraction on paper. Watch their eyes when they see the difference. For children aged 11 to 14, the conversation gets richer. Walk through what those deductions are actually for, contributions to shared services like roads and hospitals or retirement funds or health systems. You do not need to name specific programs. Just explain the principle. Some of what you earn goes to things the whole community shares, and some is held back for your future self. The OECD has analyzed financial literacy across countries and found something striking. Students who discuss money matters with their parents and who get to make real decisions about money score significantly higher in financial understanding. This conversation right here is exactly that kind of discussion, and the research says it makes a measurable difference. Now comes the part that surprises most children. After showing the take-home amount, list the fixed costs, the things that must be paid before any choice is made. Housing, food, utilities, transport. Have your child subtract each one from the take-home number. What is left at the end? That is what the family actually has to work with. For many families, it is a smaller number than children expect. Do not shy away from that moment. It is not scary, it is clarifying. Children who understand that income has boundaries tend to respect spending decisions more. They stop seeing a refusal at the shops as a mystery or a punishment. They start to see it as simple maths. Once your child has seen what remains, let them divide it on paper or with jars or envelopes if they are younger. Some for things still needed, some for saving, some for free spending. Do not tell them the exact split. Guide the conversation, but let them think through it. That decision-making is where the real learning happens. Dr. Ashley LeBaron-Black's research shows that giving children opportunities to actually manage money and make decisions does not just build financial skill. It is linked to better mental health and stronger relationships in adulthood. Letting your child handle even a small amount of real money right after this walkthrough moves the lesson from watching to doing. That is where habits form. Here is a small but important thing to add as you go. Narrate your own thinking out loud. Say things like, I am choosing to pay the electricity bill before we set aside savings because if I do not, there is a penalty. Children absorb financial attitudes from watching and listening at least as much as from being taught directly. The National Financial Educators Council identifies ages 8 to 14 as a particularly critical window for forming savings and spending habits that can last well into adult life. And the FDIC has linked financial education in childhood to lower debt, higher savings, and greater financial stability in adulthood. You are not just having a nice conversation. You are planting something that lasts. The most important word in all of this is repeat. Do this every pay cycle, not once as a grand lesson. Every time. Predictable, Regular exposure to real numbers is what turns a single moment into a genuine habit. Over months, your child stops thinking of money as mysterious and starts thinking of it as something manageable, something they already understand. Tonight, try this. Find any real payment record, a pay slip, a bank message, even a handwritten note, and sit down with your child for 15 minutes. Point to one number. Ask one question. Do you know what this means? Just start there. That first conversation is the whole lesson. If this helped you today, subscribe to Little Money Habits. There is a new practical idea here every